Hi there, we're talking with Jackie from Fitnessology. And Jackie, today we're talking about cardio.
Cardio. What do you think cardio is?
Cardio is cardiovascular, is it
It is.
not?
It is
Yes.
actually. Cardio is important for heart health, and in order to do a cardiovascular workout, it should go for at least 30 to 45 minutes. So it's oxygen using.
It's all about getting the heart rate up and getting it working,
Getting the
right?
heart rate out, and there is actually a formula that can be used to help determine where you should be for your best cardiovascular workout, and that's 220 minus your age times anywhere from 0.60 to 0.85. Somewhere in the mid range would be perfect. What I usually say to an individual, though, who most people do not do that formula, when you're doing a cardiovascular activity, you want to feel a little bit uncomfortable, not so that you can't breathe,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't want to feel like you're walking in the park because you need to work. You need to get the body temperature up, and you want to burn those calories. Now, why would you do cardiovascular activity other than for a healthy heart, Jim?
Well, I would think to increase your lung capacity, right?
And what else?
And what else?
Fat burning.
Fat burning. Well, I don't need to worry about that,
You
but
know, most people don't,
yeah.
but so the activity should be, I believe for a woman needs to do cardiovascular activity for fat burning at least 5 to 6 days a week because we have a tougher time with it, and guys don't need to do it as often, but doing it does help a healthy heart.
Really. So there's a big difference, female versus male, in terms of how often you want to do that.
Well, there really is. For females, it's harder for us to get that fat gone. It's much more difficult, so we need to do it a little bit more often if we want to stay lean and mean.
And of course, that is a very important part of exercise. Why is it so important?
What the
The whole
cardio?
cardio.
Well, because of the heart, and because, to burn the calories you need to get some of the body fat off your body, you have to do cardiovascular activity. And it's about the burning of calories. When you weight lift, it's not the same. It's using a different energy resource on your body. So cardiovascular activity is extremely important.
Now, what about preparing for cardiovascular activities? So you know you've got a workout coming up in an hour or an hour and a half. Or how should you prepare for that workout?
Well, I believe it depends on when you want to do it. First thing in the morning on an empty stomach will allow you to burn more fat instead of glycogen. So if you're getting up first thing in the morning and only first thing in the morning, to do it on an empty stomach could be more beneficial. However, throughout the day, to have the calories you need so that you have the energy to do that kind of activity for 45 minutes, you would want to have yourself prepared. Stretching is important, and stretching after is just as important as before.
It's also all about making time, right? I mean, it's one thing to say I've got to get to the gym and I've got to get on the bike or I've got to get on the treadmill, but everything that we do in terms of physical fitness is a habit, is it? Is it not?
Well, it is. And in order to create that habit, you have to delegate that time throughout your day. So instead of just doing it hit or miss, my suggestion is you look at that calendar of yours, and in, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock, you plug your time to take care of yourself, and you don't let anything else interfere with it, or it's not going to happen.
I think that's the great thing about having a personal trainer. And I know a lot of people throughout the years have just gone to a gym and not had a personal trainer. Fitnessology, you've got somebody almost that you have to answer to.
Yeah, it's
It makes a
accountable.
big difference, right?
It really does. And, there's a purpose for gyms and there's a purpose for private facilities. But I've watched many people throughout the years, and unless they have an accountable person there waiting for them, their chances of success are greater, whether it's strength training or function or cardiovascular, because you don't want to disappoint that person.
I would imagine there's so many different types of cardiovascular activities. Like, for example, last night, I
Spin
was doing
class.
spin class. All right, that's just one of the many ways. And a lot of people, they get older, they don't have, sometimes the flexibility goes. The options for some people aren't as vast as others, right?
Well, and flexibility doesn't have to go as you age. However, injury does make a difference. So there are recumbent bikes, there's treadmills, and treadmill still is the number one calorie burner
Mm-hmm.
over all the other activities. There is, like you said, spin class, there ellipticals, the steppers, that goes on and on and on. And I think variety is really important. So your body becomes very adapted. So if you can, for 30 minutes, do a treadmill and 30 minutes do a bike, now you have some variety and it's less boring and more apt to keep at it.
How important is it to get an assessment of where you are, physically at this particular point in your life before you start exercising?
Well, I believe it's very important because of all the lifelong experiences. Something on your body is always going to be tight and weak. So, to just dig into cardiovascular activity that's not going to apply to your body needs, I think is important to have an assessment.
Very good. If folks want to find out more, maybe get assessed, they should get a hold of Fitnessology. How do they do that?
You can either call us at 920-430-1348 or check out our website, fitnessology.com.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.